Hey, hey, hey! What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, wonderful people? I'm just trying to fix some lighting things here. So, here's the deal. How are you doing, winning entrepreneur? How are you doing? Do you like my headdress? I love just rocking all kinds and playing around with my hair in winter and letting you just follow. So I can get away with not combing and all that juice. Can you imagine that? So I hope it stays in situ for the whole duration of this live. Let's talk about social media branding and why it scares you. Because for those of you, yeah, it doesn't matter how long you've been in the den. Hazel has gone and done something amazing. All these things, all these Shih Tzu have been telling you to do, create your own spreadsheet, create your own sheet, and go download all the, copy all the trainings and create your sheet. She has gone and created the sheet. It is not in Excel, which is what I would have wanted her to do, where she has the title and the link. I think she has done even better. She has literally created what you can download. It's a Word document and you can do the whole Excel word thing yourself. Or don't bother. Just click find, right click, find, and type a word. And because Word and Excel are of the same mother, and so if you want to find something or replace something, you just click find or replace and you type a word and it takes you to anything on that resource that has that word in it. Amazing, girl. So well done, Hazel. Fist bump, high five. Good morning, B. How you doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? So today we're talking about social media branding, and for many of you, the word scares the heck out of you. I wanted to call it digital branding, but then I thought that would even scare you even more. So I'll just focus my attention and be blinkered a little bit onto social media. So today's training and daily win is wrapped in one. You're going to find it one whole holistic thing. So you will have to watch the whole video or watch the replay to get what today's daily win is or activity, in addition to what you set to do on Monday, because I think some people completely confuse me and think I'm telling you to just do the one thing and nothing else. Well, you are an adult, you are an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, so you have things you already planned. You're a mom, a dad, an auntie, an uncle, a friend, a community member. So you have things you've already planned or just land into your lap. So I'm not saying just do this and nothing else all day. It's just a way to help you focus. So yeah, Hazel is amazing. Really, she is an amazing woman, and I hope when she wakes up, she'll find this amazing message and know that you say thank you to her. Now, here's the deal. Some days I don't feel like showing up on social media at all. Some days I don't feel like posting anything. Some days I just feel like staying in my house. I already do that, curling up in my bed as opposed to walking downstairs to my office and just reading a good book or watching Netflix and just flipping through Netflix in my bedroom, or coming downstairs and flipping through Netflix on my TV. And but there's something that I learned way back before I started doing online or digital marketing, that if you want to win, you have to show up. You have to be in it to win it, as Tesco says. No, is that Tesco? No, Tesco says every little helps. Who's in it to win it? The lottery. You've got to be in it to win it. And Tesco does say every little helps, which it does. The only thing is, I see a lot of people who have the title entrepreneur tagged to their name, but they actually don't show up every day to win it. And well, every little helps. They just want the big thing without putting the little things inside to create the big thing. There was a professor in Harvard who came into the lecture theater one day. I'm sure you've heard of this. I'm probably told better even, or you've read it better. Who walked into a class with a jar of some stuff, with several little bags and a jar. In the glass jar, he placed some big stones, and he asked the class, "Is this jar full?" And the whole class said, "Yeah, it's full of stones." He says, "Okay." And then he gets another of the little bags and he fills that jar with smaller stones. And he goes, "Is this jar full?" And the class says, "Okay, yeah, it is full." He goes, "Okay, he gets a bag of sand and he starts to pour in the jar, and the jar looks full. It now actually looks full. There doesn't seem to be any room. And he goes, is this jar full? And the whole class says, well, it's been full all these times. It's now actually really full. And he goes, okay. He gets the smallest bag he had, and it had some cement. And he fills, he shakes the jar, shakes it a little bit, and fills it some more. And there is room for more. The cement gets into the jar. The jar is full. Yes, it is. He goes, okay. He gets a glass of water and he starts pouring water into the jar, and it literally the water goes in and then it gets to the top and he says, is the jar full now? And the class says, yes, the jar is full. And then he asks the class, so what filled the jar? Everyone was like, I'm confused. I'm with confused.com. Because the boulders did fill the jar and everyone was right. So whatever you think, you are right. If you think you are where you want to be, well, you're going to stay there because that's where you want to be. If you think you can do more, you can do more. In other words, add some more stones to that jar. So your jar is not full. There is room for growth. There is room for growth. That means as you access the trainings, as you access your personal development, there is room for growth, right? Is the jar full yet? No, there is room for sand in there. So you get the sand in the detail. The devil is in the detail. The sand actually looked like it filled the jar, but not yet, not yet. You want to create a solid concrete foundation, add some cement in there. That holds everything together. But hey, my dear friend, it's not yet full because that thing left dry won't really help you. Get some water in there, get some water in there. In other words, take the action. The action is what cements all that knowledge you've got that is fragmented. It may all be in the jar, but it's not yet one solid thing unless you just leave it in the jar and you seal the jar and you leave the jar there. But if I came open the jar and poured it out, it would all pour out. But if you put some water in and you let that jar sit there for even 4 days, when you come back, it is a solid piece of concrete block. You have created a concrete block in that jar. You would have to break the jar to get it out. When you fill yourself with information, you fill yourself with good stuff, and you fill yourself with the strategies, the plans, the footsteps, the action you need to take every day to get closer to your destination, you need to do those things to put them all together in order to show up in that place you want to go. So, social media branding scares you. I'm going to help you to create a list, right, of every reason why you should love doing social media. Not just as a place to show up socially, because to be honest, if you reach out to a couple of friends or two every day, you're being social enough on social media and you don't need to do more. But you are on social media on purpose to serve people in a special way. And so you need to embrace social media in that way. Not show up on social media like everybody else. You are not just boulders. You want to build a solid thing. You want to create a solid block that you can use to do other stuff. And so you need to fill in the smaller stones, the sand, the cement, and the water to make it all come together. Today's activity is something that you probably have never really sat down and thought. Why do I even love social media? Do I want to be here? That energy could be actually helping you stay back from your blessing. That you don't actually really like social media. You have adopted other people's thinking that social media is the devil incarnate. Some people actually, especially people in certain denominations and faiths, actually tell their people, their community members, their church members, or whatever you want to call them, that social media is the devil's spawn. It is where the devil hangs out. Don't go to social media because you're gonna die from sin. And yet the man that they believe in, who came to this world to save them, actually sought the sinners actively. So you should be seeking your sinners out actively on social media to save them, because you carry their blessing and your job is to seek them out. So seek them out. I love the way you tag your side dish. You need to put the hashtag, not hashtag, the art, Maureen at gmail.com, that art, and then you type her name without any gaps, and it will highlight her name and she'll be tagged and notified that you've tagged her. Usually that's what you would do anyway. So I'm gonna walk you through some, maybe 14, maybe 15, maybe more reasons why I love social media. You may or may not love the same reasons why I love social media, but you might adopt them. And I'm gonna ask you today to sit down, right, and write 50. Now here's the thing, I'm being very kind today, because my mentor made me sit down and write 100 reasons why I love social media. Seriously, by the time I got to 100, I was starting to scratch my mind and starting to make it up in my mind why I love social media. But when I read those things back, I actually realized they were true. I was actually scratching my brain why I love social media, but I realized that what I thought I'd made up was the truth. So what do you love about social media? Why do you love social media? Why should social media love you back? Because when you love something with a genuineness, you attract that love back. You might be saying, oh, there are some people who love some men or women who don't love them back. That's not real love. The real, genuine agape love attracts love back. Okay? Even that good man had 12 people that purely loved. They pure loved him. They just couldn't go to the gallows with him, could they? Right? So, the reality is, there is also people who think that the other party, that the people they love, will fill them, will fulfill them, will complete them. You are complete already, so you don't seek any validation from anybody. You are showing up to help them in a certain space, and you're showing up to help them to grow in that way. So you are not seeking their validation. You're seeking validation from you, from your inner man, of what you're selling. So let's do some role play, shall we? Me and you, B. I thought there was somebody else, but me and you, B, we're going to do some role playing. Let's have two scenarios, right? So scenario A, or scenario 1, is, good morning, Jack, how you doing? Scenario 1 is, imagine you're passionate about shoes, right? I was going to give an example of clothes, but I decided, no, I'll just talk about shoes so that everybody feels comfortable about the topic, right? I was going to give an example of clothes, or you're passionate about health and fitness or travel or any of those things that you guys are into. But then I said, no, I'm going to throw something out there that does not make anyone feel like I'm promoting someone else. So you're passionate about shoes and you decide you're going to sell shoes, right? You take the time to do research on what shoes sell better. And there's a specific type of shoe you like. So there is a specific type, because I mean, you're a woman, you're not going to be selling men's shoes. You could be passionate about men's shoes, but you decide you're going to sell shoes on a general level that suit a specific kind of person. You spend a fortune in time and viewings finding the perfect spot where you're going to be selling your shoes. You pay upfront for the lease and rent of this place. And we know what it means to lease out places that are commercial. Usually they cost a little bit more than residential, although some residential places definitely do cost way more than commercial places, but let's not go there. So you then get your builder friend, or you contract, or you get some quotes, and you get someone to fit out the shop, with shelves, with whatever you need in that shop for your shoes. You find that it doesn't quite have enough storage, because you're going to stock those shoes. So you go looking for warehouse space so that you will put your shoes in that warehouse. What's not fitting in the shop will go into storage. You pay for that too upfront. So you have a lease. You have spent some time and resources on research, on viewings, and you've paid for a space. You've paid for a warehouse as well. Then you apply to your local authority for a license to trade. Bonani, you probably will tell me, having had a shop on the high street, what I'm talking about. You probably know a bit more about this, but I'm giving you the general picture. You then get on the internet and find shoe suppliers. You zone in on 2, and you take a trip to go check out their factories. They could be local, they could be external. You might have to take a train, bus, you may drive there, or you might have to take a flight. Usually you may take a flight if you're going to get the best price, right? So travel costs come in. You decide on the supplier and make an order for 1,000 pairs of shoes, variety, and all that juice, right? And you pay for those shoes. wholesale price, so you are not paying retail. You've gone to the factory, you've picked out the shoes, you paid for them, and you get back home. Now things are heating up. The shop is kitted out. You've put a banner outside so people start to see that there's a shoe shop coming, and they start to get a bit excited. But it's only that local footprint you're getting. You're not getting anything other than the local footprint. And then you go right ahead. You get your utilities in, you get your heating in. The shop is in Europe, so winter is gonna hit you hard, and it's gonna be freezing in there. So you get some heating in, you get some lighting in, you get some things in, and now you're interviewing people for shop attendants, and you need maybe one or two. You probably need two because one might take a day off and your shop will be closed, and you have your own other things you have to do. So you're not going to be in the shop physically selling your shoes yourself. You have spent at this point over £150,000, we are going to talk in pounds, of borrowed money. You've borrowed that money from the bank. Fortunately, you have credit. You're credit worthy and your bank lent you the money to either lease, hire, and do all these things. And you haven't even opened the shop yet, right? And that attendant that you've interviewed, the one you decide you're going to give the job, the minute they start working, they have a monthly paycheck coming to them. You, on the other hand, haven't made any money, but you have to pay them. It's the law. It doesn't matter which country. It's the law that you have to pay your workers, even if they are your children, to be honest. So you won't get a penny back of that £150,000 of your investment for a minimum of at least 2 to 5 years. 2 to 5 years. But it's your passion. You're committed. Nobody will tell you how it's a scam. And here's the thing. Unless your family and friends live local, you're not going to tell them to come and buy from your shop. You'll tell them you've opened a shop on the high street and you'd love for them to come check it out. But on average, you won't expect them to come at all. And if they do, you're pleasantly surprised. You're probably not in the shop either the day they come in. Unless you do a proper big launch and you invite local people and local micro and macro celebrities to open your shoe shop and you launch it, and you're spending more money, canapes, tea, champagne, wine, whatever, to open the shop, to give the local area a bit of a buzz about your shop. But either way, that's still money being spent, and you invite your friends and family, and they may or may not show up. Scenario B or scenario 2. I love shoes. Let's assume this is Jackson. So Jackson loves shoes and he's scenario A. I'm scenario B. Oh no, Maureen is scenario B. Let's have proper role playing here. Maureen loves shoes. She loves shoes too. But she thinks she can make money selling shoes, but she doesn't have to hold stock on shoes. So she goes to Google and finds specialist shoemakers. They have websites, they have all kinds of adverts flying on Google. She picks out 3 or 4. She goes to their website, sends them questions. If they get back to her, they're on her waiting list. If they don't, they are snubbed, they are scrapped. She has a list of people of questions she asks these shoemakers. She digs a bit. She finds out how much their shoes cost. Where do they make their shoes? Quality of shoes. She has not touched shoes. She has not left her house. It's all being done on her laptop or phone or even tablet. She sends them messages via their contact forms. They respond. She finds out if they have affiliations or they do affiliate marketing. They allow people to sell stuff, and they do all the shipping, customer care, refunds, and all that juice. All she's going to be is a middleman. Affiliate, franchisee, not even franchisee, because with a franchise, that's a whole different kettle of fish. You probably will spend more than the 150,000 the other shop owner did to get their shop going if you're buying a franchise. Although today, a lot of companies say you are buying a franchise, even though you're just an affiliate or you are a direct selling rep. So she finds the perfect shoemaker for the kind of shoes she wants to sell, and they do agree to drop shipping. They handle all the customer orders, the packaging, the warehousing, the delivery. They also handle returns. And her initial capital for all this outlay for the shoes, for the research, apart from her time, we are talking about cash money, is £0. £0. She has not spent any money yet apart from the time that she is spending in doing this research, which she can decide to put a price on. but we're not playing those games here now, because the other person didn't put the time they spent doing all that research on the price. So we're not going to give Maureen that pleasure either, right? So Maureen knows these amazing Jules Web Design Solutions. She contacts them and asks them to do for her a suave e-store and blog website all about shoes. They agree a price. Meanwhile, she starts talking about the shoes. She starts creating buzz about shoes and about how she's going to open her shoe store. She starts to get her social media people and local friends excited about the launch. She starts getting different people ready to see the shoes. She also starts soft selling shoes via a Facebook page. She does live shows and shows shoes, unboxes shoes, starts taking pictures of her shoes. They look good. She has legs to die for. She starts doing promoted pins on shoes. And it also gives her a basic idea of what kind of shoes sell more, because she's selling shoes now physically. It's a soft launch. She has not yet launched her website. She talks about telling shoes. She talks about shoes about 1 to 2 times a week via Facebook Lives, via her posts, via her whatever she's doing. She takes pictures of her killer shoes. She asks her friends and family, a couple of them or here and there, to try out her shoes. They agree to try them out either at a bargain basement price, or she gives them a free pair depending on how much she's willing to go, and asks them to give testimonials about these shoes and how comfortable are these shoes, how long, how durable are those shoes, how do they feel around their feet, are they caressing their feet, so she's literally doing the work of a digital marketer, right? She finds some niche active shoe lovers via groups and communities and gets in there and starts sharing value about shoes, answering questions about shoes, asking questions about shoes. She's the soul of those communities. She literally gets in and people start reaching out to her, becoming her friends, asking about her shoes. Don't forget, she also has WhatsApp groups where she talks about shoes as well, because a lot of you forget WhatsApp groups. She starts sharing her images. Her passion shows. Everybody knows Maureen loves shoes, and basically they start asking her about shoes. She gets some propeller ads and promoted pins to her new, now done website, and she throws some good traffic behind it, and she launches her website onto the digital world. No big deal, no big mayors and everybody. She does her normal launch. She through her propeller ads and her promoted pins and maybe Twitter ads, Facebook ads, whichever platform she chooses. And her budget is $500 for 3 months, right? So that is $1,500 total. She's going to put that behind her shoe website. All the while, she's giving people tips on shoe care, foot care, no foot, no nose, her shoes and whatever mistakes she's made. People start to look to Maureen for all things shoes. She has become an authority on all things shoes. She has no degree on shoes. She does not need to have one. Her total spend is £3,600 total since she started her research to date. She doesn't expect her expenses to go beyond $5,000, $6,000 a year, including some marketing, including courses and training, because if you don't train, you will not really get your mind in the right space as an entrepreneur. And marketing, very, very important. Now, every cost she has done has been on her debit or credit card, and she owes about £2,600 on her credit card, which she intends to pay off within 6 months, because it is a no fee for 6 months, and then you start to pay that big credit card premium fee. Her business is thriving within 3 to 6 months. She does not have problems with the store is open, the store is not open, people are off, people are not off. It's open 24/7, her store, and she doesn't have to be manning it for it to run. She just has to make sure that it's running smoothly. So she has hired those Jules Web people to maintain the website. She has no headache about the website, and that costs about £45 a month, and things are good. Which scenario or business model excites you more? Drop that in the comments below. A or B? Which scenario? I'll tell you personally, Scenario B excites me beyond measure, and it's the scenario I took when I chose to launch my business online, as opposed to having an office where people can come and we can talk about coaching and we can talk about mentorship, and you can sit in that office waiting for somebody to walk in the door and hoping you start reaching out to colleges and universities. And I'm doing that as well, reaching out to colleges and universities, and my business model is strictly online. I do not have to be in any college or university at any one given time unless I'm going for a staff meeting, maybe if that. So if you have still been on the fence about personal and online branding, today let those cobwebs and that gray matter be blown away by the winds, never to come back. Because you live in a digital era and the digital space is not going anywhere, and almost every high street store that you know that is actually making any money to talk about has an online presence that's outselling the high street store by miles and miles and miles. Outselling the high street store. In fact, so much that some stores are considering just being online, not being on the high street anymore, because of the fact that the target market and your future target market are all on their digital gadgets 24/7. Your future target market, the teenagers of today, the young adults of today, oh my goodness, they don't shop, and they're always, my daughter, I don't know how many Amazon boxes I receive via ASOS, Marks and Spencer, you name it. She shops online all the time. I'm like, girl, you are spending a ton lot of money on all kinds of things. What's that all about? And she goes, I need it. And I'm like, it's your money. She's shopping online and delivering at home because mama is at home and she knows her deliveries will get picked up. And that's how most of her young friends shop as well. Your customer today and tomorrow is already in the digital space. Your future team member is already in the digital space. If you're still pussyfooting around the digital space and looking at social media like your upline and their upline or whatever trainer came to your generic company event and told you how social media is the devil incarnate, tell them that's your opinion. Me, I'm going to go online and I'm going to smash it in my business. So I'm glad you ladies agree that the online space is the place to be. But how are you leveraging the online space at the moment for free before you put your money behind it? Because you haven't really yet put some money behind your online presence. Back to today's exercise, right? I will kick you off by giving you some 15 reasons why social media is a great place to start showing up like the Maureen I described above. Right? Like the Maureen I described above, you want to be that person. I literally have walked you through how you can show up on social media for free before you spend a penny, because the only amount she spent, the money she spent, was on building her website, marketing, and a bit of training. And that's it. Now, some of you have not even spent $1,000 on you, on your personal training. Until you do that, you have let yourself down so far. But I'm not going to beat up on you because you're in the den. If I was talking in the public space, I'd be like, you guys are like, you need some help. But in the den, I'll be a little less harsh and I'll just say, you are in the right place. You need to do more for your businesses. For those of you that have a shoe shop like Maureen in the digital space, your source should be traffic getting, e-commerce building. For those of you that are in network marketing, your focus should be prospecting, follow-up, invite. When you invite someone, you collect a decision. You don't just stop at inviting them and then you end up there. Because that's where most network marketers end. They invite somebody to take a look at their business, then they get tongue-tied about asking for the right, answer from the other person. And also they talk themselves out of a sale. When they start talking, they don't stop. And at some point in your presentation, you've got to just zip it and let the other person make a buying decision. Let's get back to what we're talking about today. Social media branding, personal branding, branding you on social. So much so people want to hang out with you and be like you when they grow up. What are the benefits of using social media? Once you look at it as a benefit, you will find it much more fun to come out here every day and prospect. And not just prospect to do the daily win, but prospect to smash it in your business. Because when you look at your business health, I hope you have read Profit Fast. It's inside of the Den. It is a book that you really need to read, guys. If you haven't read it, you need to read it. It's there freely for your downloading, right here in the Den. Secondly, you need to have done a business health check. A business health check. Your business needs a health check because you're an entrepreneur. You want to feel like you're an entrepreneur. You're telling people you're an entrepreneur. So be an entrepreneur, not a hobbyist. So how healthy is that business? When you know how healthy or unhealthy your business is, you'll take the right steps to improve that, to change that situation, or scale up on the successes you're having and do more. And so as a winning entrepreneur, the answer here should be, I need to scale up. My business is healthy. I'm slowly but surely and sometimes very, very quickly building results, and I need to scale up on that. And social media is my playground. And social media is where I have fun connecting with new amazing people who I may or may not impact today. But the bottom line is they will know about me and about what I do, and they will decide whether or not I am their person, whether today, tomorrow, or the other day. So you want to build your social presence. You want to build authority as opposed to pussyfooting and being all over the place in your social media presence. You want to be that person that people know for a specific thing, even if they may not come to you today for that specific thing, they know. It's like you go past a certain shop all day, every day, and one day you walk in because you know that shop is a whatever that name, a shoe shop, as we've been saying. So you walk in one day because you need a pair of shoes, and you've been walking past it every day. You knew it was there, but you didn't need a pair of shoes yet. So number one, I'm going to give you 15, and you can add to those and make up to 50 reasons why social media is the bomb diggity. As you start to feel good about social media, you won't give yourself excuses why you can't come on social media and prospect, because you definitely have run out of rope with your friends and family. And so you need to expand your marketplace. And the only place that I know where you can expand your marketplace without having to worry about numbers and running out of those numbers is social media, the digital space. It's the whole world at your fingertips. Oh, I have things dropping out of my head. My headdress is starting to play hooky. Okay, stay in place, my darling. Stay in place. Okay, so it's a global marketplace. I've been saying this for the longest. No limit to the number of people I can reach. I can build my tribe and buyer friends, and I can also build my influence on social media without spending a penny yet. Number two, I can actively engage with people, literally engage with people on a daily without worrying about, oh, I talked to her yesterday, she's running away from me. No one's running away from you unless they block you. And if they've blocked you, bye, Felicia. Good riddance. Our energy did not connect, and that's nothing to do with me. I'm good. Don't attach any emotion to people's action or reaction to you, because that will take you down a rabbit hole you don't want to consider. So, number three, potential to have a positive impact on others. On social media, whatever you post, someone is looking, someone's watching, someone is deliberating about. Someone is being impacted without you knowing. The other day, someone was telling Bonani that, why aren't you showing up on video anymore? You have impacted me, you have inspired me, and I don't see you anymore. Did I tell that person to come talk to you? No, I don't even know them. But I keep telling you, you're impacting people without even knowing. Number four, it's a very direct way to get your voice and your important message out. You have a message out there. It's important. You have a golden or diamond. You have a gem. that people are waiting to receive. They're hanging with their hands out waiting to receive it, but you're not giving it. You are not out there digging the dirt away to get to your gem so you can offer it to people. You need to do that on social media. Whichever number it is, you connect with your audience. You connect with through their posts, so you are engaging as well. So you can see, not with these eyes, but your inner eye, your visual eye, your third eye, if I may call it that, and you can hear who needs your help by the way they post, by the things they're posting, and you reach out to them and you can qualify and determine if they are open and ready for the solution you're offering on social media. You don't have to worry about, I don't have anyone to talk to anymore. There's just that shouldn't be your problem at all. If you're in the Winning Entrepreneurs Den and you're like, I don't know anyone to talk to, I've run out of rope. You are not going through your trainings. You are not going through your even your Facebook friends. You haven't gone through them all. Neither have you gone through the friends on your phone. I know that 100%. Don't even argue about it. See me arguing with myself, eh? So this one's personal. This one's personal to me. What was I saying? Your audience gives you feedback, right? And it gives you feedback about what's working and what's not working. And I know it's not just personal to me, it's personal to you too. So if you post something, irrespective of algorithms and all kinds of games all these social platforms are doing to get you to pay to play, because they are also businesses to the owners, when you post something that people love, they will love on it. They will engage with it. They'll comment, they'll share, they'll like, and you will know that whatever you posted, this is something your audience likes. Now remember that some of these platforms still pretend to be social platforms, so they'll show more of your social non-promotional stuff. So you've got to learn, and I teach you almost every week something on how to post stuff that is commercial without coming across as commercial or salesy. And sometimes, today was one of those days for me, you blatantly post something that is salesy. It is a promotion. People should know about it, because people should know what you're offering at some point without any shadow of a doubt. And so that you don't have flakes reaching out to you and saying, oh, I've got this thing that I want you to reach out. I thought that you might be in need of it. No, they are flakes and they have no idea what they're doing, because they have not reached out to market experts and learn how to market. So they think if they tell you that, oh, I think you need this, you might go, oh, I think I do need that. No, they haven't built the know, like, trust on social, and therefore on social, that is the key that opens doors. In the digital space, outside of social media, the key that opens that door is your copy, what you're writing. But on social media, it's your copy. In fact, there is no but. It is the same. What you post should get someone to know where you are and who you are. And so there are some people who are taught by their trainers that reach out to anybody and everybody and just share your business with them. I say qualify them first. Some people do not qualify for your blessing. Not everybody qualifies for your blessing. Some people just don't. And that's the truth. Embrace it and deal with it. So I'm actively engaging my brain. Again, this is personal to me. I don't know about you, but it is a benefit for me of social media. I'm actively engaging my brain by creating and curating content for my audience. This keeps me youthful. My brain is actively working, and it's there for that muscle is worked. And I probably have a brain of a 20-year-old. I know that. Social media does that for me. Before that, I used to read some books, maybe watch a lot of non-serving telly that was not good for my brain. And the books I was reading were not the books that you would say are building you up. They were usually novels, so they were fun maybe. I don't know how they were helping my brain. But today, I read on purpose. And then I share some value on social media. I listen to my audience more on social media. And I don't have to chase them. I don't have to leave my home. What an amazing, amazing advantage for you to consider social media as the place to brand you, and not just social media, but the online digital space. I don't have to chase anyone. They are at the tip of my phone. And I don't have finger fatigue. I never get finger fatigue. In fact, I just say it's time to go to bed, let me go to bed. But my finger never gets tired to send people messages, to send people voice notes, to send people to my calendar so they can book a discovery session, to send people to my various online assets so that they can see if that's the right fit for them. I've already qualified them. Do they feel that it's the right fit for them? That's a decision I cannot make for them, but I can point them in the right direction. The way I have built that relationship means by the time I point you to that resource, you are ready to look at it. Whether you're ready to take the action that I'm asking you to take is your business. So people get to know, like, and trust me then. Through my posts, through my video live streams, through my YouTube videos, through my any kind of videos, my uploads to social, my audios, or I'm plain out and out active in a niche group, being the soul and heart of that party, answering questions, posting value, and being a badass in that group. So people look up to me and nobody else. Even if there is another owner of that group, because usually I'm not the admin of those groups. There's someone who owns that group, but they are not as active as I am. They are the owner of the group, so they are the king and queen of the party, and they think that they don't have to be as active. And maybe that group is a paid group, so we've bought that product. So the owner of that group is no longer looking at us as people that could buy more. We've already bought from them. So they think they have me on their list, so they are not engaging in their group. Me, on the other hand, I am building rapport inside of that group because I want those people to trust me as much as they trust the person who created that group. Because I am the one answering their questions. I'm the one answering their pains. And some of you have come from groups like that where you were in that group, you were asking questions, no one was answering you apart from Julie Seal. And you're like, heck, Julie, I want to be in your space. Where can I go? And I'm like, there. I have that new place that I've started. You can join that. So you can guide people on social. You can signpost them to various services and products that you have in your ecosystem that can help them with a problem, a pain, a desire. But if you're a one-trick pony, they will not ask you for anything. When I say by one-trick pony, I'm saying you showed up once and you haven't showed up for the last 30 days. Yeah, you post once a week, you post something, but you're not showing up in such a way that people start to look up to you. Because there's so much. The buffet on social media for people is so much. You want them to choose your buffet. So if you're just posting, everyone else is posting. The best way today to show up beyond other people is to come live. And I'm telling you, less than 3% of social media users actually showing up in the live stream sector, in the video area. I'm not talking about YouTube. I'm talking about Facebook videos, Twitter videos, which are, what do they call them? I forget the name. I used to do them. You can post your YouTube video on Pinterest. You can post your Facebook video on Pinterest. Pinterest has not given you a platform to do video, but definitely you can post your videos there and they'll get traction. LinkedIn, you can post your videos there from whichever platform you've done them. People see you, hear you, relate to you way, way faster than anything I know today. So if you're just showing up as a post, there are myriads of other posts, and you're not already standing out as an authority to this post, so they don't feel like they should check out your post. I know that the post I've posted today is a brilliant post. I also know that Facebook has already recognized it and marked it as an advert because of the things on it. Okay? But I've not put any link inside of the text. I've left Facebook to determine where it's going to go. And I know that I can promote that post different ways and it will still get traction. Starting with Facebook stories. then moving that post to Instagram, and it comes back inside of my page. Cross-posting, once it goes in my page, my IFTTT picks it up and takes it to Pinterest. Pinterest is also linked into my FTTT. It will take it to Instagram again, but a different Instagram. It then goes to Google Plus, even though Google Plus is dead and is waiting, burying. And then I'll take my post to LinkedIn myself. Cross-promoting, get omnipresent. All these are social media platforms. I've cross-promoted without touching anything other than having set the systems up already. And then I'll then physically go and move it to LinkedIn. But you guys think you only need to be on Facebook and do your Facebook lives, and then you don't really want to show up for the Facebook live for whatever reason, and then you show up, and then you promise yourself you're going to show up, then you don't show up. And there's no way I can make you show up for you. I can only share with you. I can't make you show up for you unless you are hungry. Are you hungry enough? Because if you're not hungry enough, create a scenario where you're hungry. The scenario can be created in your brain. Look at you and create that worst case scenario in your life. Maybe you're alone, your partner is not there anymore, your children are hungry, your mortgage is due or your rent is due, and you're about to be homeless. What would you do? You wouldn't sit on your ass waiting for manna from heaven. You would go out there and prospect like the world depends on it, because it does. So create that scenario in your brain and go all out. Whatever it is you're wanting to do, go all out. Go all out and do it. Because you need to do it. And you deserve to do it so that you can get the results you're looking for. You can get the beautiful dream you are dreaming of. The beautiful dream that God has put on your soul and is waiting for you to make a decision that I am all in. No more bridges. I've burned them. The only way is forward, so let's go. That's how people hit leaderboards, by going all out and then using some of the money they've created in their initial momentum to then put some money behind solo ads, boat ads, buying some lists and doing some more of that, calling those people and telling them you are the bomb diggity, or sending them the right emails so they can buy. 3, 4, 5 months later, they haven't bought. Cleanse you just remove them from your list because they are just holding back your list now like heavy dead weight. And now you move on to the next, and you keep moving, because once you create momentum, you just keep moving forward. There's no way around it, guys. The people that are winning in your company are doing these things I'm sharing with you, but you're kind of in a place where you have allowed yourself to stay. It has become your comfort zone, and you have allowed that to be your ceiling. And some of you have some amazing excuses why you're not showing up. It's ridiculous. And I can be your beacon and your accountability partner and help you grow, or I can be the person that shares with you information and lets you do what you think because you think you're an awesome person, and you are. But how awesome is your bank balance? Because you're awesome. Heck, I love you. But is your bank balance loving on you? You ask yourself that question. Before you give me any excuses, ask yourself that question, because your excuses just go over my head like, whew. I'm like, yeah, I had that before. I've had that before. I've had that before. I'm a mother too. I'm running several businesses here. So yeah. Oh, like, talk to the hand. Had it, been there, done that, know the pain. Know the pain. In the last 18 months, we have spent millions on medical care. Millions on medical care. If we didn't have those millions, God only knows what we would have done with our elderly parent. You're in that place where many of you are at an age where your parents are aging and they need you to become the mom and dad, but you are still the child. You need to grow some balls, put on your big girl's pants, and show up for you like you've never shown up before. Now I'm talking to you like a parent, because there is no amount of education that will move you forward unless you apply that education where it's meant to be applied and you get the results you're looking for, or you say, this quite does not hit the spot. And your mainstream education, it hasn't quite hit that spot, has it? So that's why you're here, where you can learn things that no one will teach you. And if they teach you these things in Harvard, I'm telling you, do you know what they'll charge you? $100,000. You go and talk to men like Anik Singhal. Talk to men like Facebook's Zuckerberg. They'll tell you how much it costs them to have a conversation with Tony Robbins. A conversation. 1. You are in a place whereby you could apply your knowledge. You already have it. You have access to it. Wonderful Hazel put it in one place for you, so you don't even have to scroll through files. It's now put in one place for you. 2018 trainings, all there for you to just go back, apply lessons, hit your leader. I want you to hit your company leaderboards. The Den leaderboards, they are just your accountability partners. Your company and business leaderboards is where it's at. The only way to hit those leaderboards is to do the work and track that work you're doing. Every Saturday, I want to see over 20 people inside of the tracker list. Over 20 people. Some of you are playing with yourselves. Some of you are playing with your future. Some of you think you've got years ahead of you. Tell that to the child who died tomorrow. Nobody knows when that clock is ticking. You can only show up for who you are today. And you've got today, this very moment, to show up for you. And social media is your place for showing up for you and for the people you need to show up for beyond your friends and family, which you've run out of by your own admission. It doesn't cost you money to come on social media. It costs you time. And yet you can cut that time shorter by investing in advertising. And every platform has a commercial option. Facebook ads, Pinterest ads, Twitter ads, LinkedIn ads, Google Plus, AdSense, AdTerra, as you name it. There are ads all over the online digital space to grow your brand. I don't urge you to push those ads to your network marketing MLM links. I urge you to push them to your brand, you. But how can you do that if you're still showing up as you and nobody else? In a very narrow space, and you can only show up, say, on your Facebook profile and on your Facebook page, and beyond that, you really can't show up because you have no idea what to do, and you're not asking the right questions on Fridays. And I say, guys, you have questions, ask, and you don't ask. And if you ask questions that you know you're not going to act on. You're just not going to act on. Or the answers I give you, you're not ready to act on yet. But they are the way forward for you. I give you what you ask for because I know at one point you will get to that place. Heck, I wasn't here when 2013, I wasn't here. I had a business. I have files over there for my NVQ assessing business. And I completely depended on the companies that I had worked for before to send me clients. And when I wasn't working with them anymore, the clients dried out. And I did not know how to market me outside of those clients, outside of those companies. I was completely lost. So, unless you open yourself up to learning more, you will be sitting here a year from now saying, it didn't work for me, the Winning Entrepreneur's Den. The only reason it does not work for you is you're not going all out to apply these lessons. You're not going all out. Because everything I teach you, I've done. I've tested out. I've tried. And I've done some more. And many people say, I don't know how you do it, silly. How do you do these things? Where did you learn these things? Yeah, you see the timeline. You send your kids to school. Then how do you ask them, where did you learn that? You sent a child to school to learn. I've been to school. I've been to the University of Hard Knocks. I've been to the University of Online Marketing. And I still continue to be in that university. And I'll continue to shine. You want to join me? You want to show up for you. Like pretty darn quick. Not only can you outshine me, you can outbank me. Because that's how the online digital space works. You show up, you show up for your community, they trust you, they love you, they throw their wallet at you. The people you know, I don't even know. Your community is waiting for you to build your authority, to posture up and give them what they are looking for, and so that they can trust you with their money. But you're not showing up as you should do. Some of you still have under 1,000 Facebook friends. Seriously, 1,000. You're on Facebook with 2 billion active users every blessed month, and you're still under 1,000 Facebook friends. We're not even talking about followers, where you can go into tens of thousands. I'm not into tens of thousands of followers yet, but I'm selling my stuff every day. You don't need tens of thousands. You just need to show up in a specific way so people can buy your stuff, because that's the only way you can serve them in a focused way. The more people you serve, the more your bank balance increases. You got to showcase that you're fired up and you're passionate about your shoes. It could be a hobby, it could be a ministry, it could be an enterprise, it could be a vocation, it could be an adventure, it could be a spiritual journey. However you decide to show up and share, people will respect you and they'll show up. 2 years ago, no one knew Esther Sapporo. Today, the girl shows up on a Facebook Live, she gets 40, 50, 60,000 views on her live. Ministry, Esther Sapporo Ministry. She was a singer in her local church. Now she is a mini celebrity in the ministry field on social media. And she doesn't play beyond Facebook. I think I've seen her on LinkedIn, but she's not really active on LinkedIn. She decided, I'm going to hit this Facebook Live. Do you know how many preachers say, it is not my ministry to be on social media? See, the social media is the devil. I don't know how many pastors I've spoken to who've come to me wanting me to help them grow their ministry online, but they don't want to hear the word social media because the devil is there. You can build your empire from scratch on social media. No one will judge you as a what do we call it? You see, there are certain areas in life where as you try to become an expert in that area, the older generation in that area start to look at you as a young pretender, and they don't want you to join their community because they have rules and regulations, unwritten ones, on how you can join that community. I am a barrister. I should be a barrister. I came from Uganda already a barrister. The UK law community would not let me in. There are unwritten rules. You can go through the steps they ask you to. You will hit a wall, like a solid wall. And obviously, if you don't have the right mindset, you can't go through that wall. And I didn't have the right mindset to go through that wall. I just didn't. I believed everything they tell me. I was like, oh my goodness, they are racist. Oh my goodness. And I walked away. And now, I really wouldn't want to go there. Because I feel I'm happier here. I don't want to go into the cutthroat business of litigation and and coming home with everyone's horrible case and whatever is going on. So, you get to make a ton of new amazing friends. If your current friends don't support your journey, you get to make a ton of new amazing friends on social media who are your fans, who follow your story, who love your story. They don't know much about your past and they don't care, so they will not judge you based on the value that you wear or what they know you from back way. They judge you on the value that you show up as today, so there are no skewed statistics for you here. If you show up the right way on social media, the sky can never limit you because it's only what your eyes can see. There are planes right above those clouds, flying way higher than those clouds. If I can't see them, that means the sky cannot limit me because there are things I can't even see above the sky. So guys, write up to 50 reasons. I've given you 14 or 15. You just have to go through this to see how many I've given you. I've given you more than 15 actually. Why social media is important to your business and how you're going to show up. Either you're going to show up on social in a focused way. There is a girl that we used to have private sessions every night, me and her, and she begged me not to talk about it to the public, because in public she shows up as some kind of, amazingness. I'm not going to say her name because some of you know her. But this girl is selling her stuff on social media, and before she made her website, she created a website last year. And that was on me pushing and saying, okay, now I have nothing else to teach you. And I'm about to start telling some of you that I will not say nothing more to you unless you go and do what I told you to do last year. So I kept telling her, until you do that website, which I've been telling you to do since 2017, I can't push you further. What you're doing is already what you can do. You've hit your ceiling. So she finally went and had her website done, because she was like, Julie, I can't afford your website rates. I'm going to get a friend to do my website for me. Guess what? After 3 months, she was like, Julie, please fix my website. I'm ready to pay for that website. I'm telling her, I'm not fixing your website. I'm making you a new website. So write the things that you have been telling yourself why you cannot do the work on social media. Write those things on a separate piece of paper and write your 50 reasons why social media is important to your business. If you can't get 50 reasons, you shouldn't be on social media. Maybe you should be offline. That's where your business may thrive. I've already given you 14. Write down the things you've been telling yourself why social media is not so good for you. Maybe your upline, success line, sideline. Someone stood on your company stage and said social media is the pants. Someone stands in your church and tells you social media is the devil. Write all those things down. Write a list in a separate space. Not in the same space where you're writing why social media is the bomb diggity. Once you've written all those things that you have allowed yourself to accept that social media is hard, it's difficult to talk to people, it's difficult to make friends on social media, it's difficult. How about making friends of a stranger on the street? It's even harder, isn't it? Social media is easier. Whatever you're posting is already presenting. It's coming ahead of you to this person. They can check you out before they accept your friend request. And then you can start conversations based on what you both post. You already have an introduction, an introducer on social media, whatever you're posting. So if whatever you're posting does not sell your brand, you need to change that. And you will see that in the next 2 to 3 months, your change is preceding you in your bank, and it's saying ka-ching, 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 because you're showing up different. Today is day 1 of your commitment to your dream. Yesterday we talked about your dream. Today, make it day 1 of your commitment to that dream that you painted yesterday. That dream thing that you would do if money was no object, if you were not judging you, if time was not a problem, if you were doing your dream work. What would that work be? Some of you are already walking that journey already. So now you need to say, it's day 1. I'm recommitting to me before I enter into February, before I cross the threshold from January to February. I'm recommitting to me and my dream. I'm recommitting to really building this dream and not messing about. Because if, God forbid, I were to have a problem, I were to be faced with a major issue, my business would pay me. I would not have to show up, because I've created a brand that actually continues to sell whether I'm present or not. I've created a thing that does not need me to show up. Now, for you in the den, Julie has to show up, otherwise there is no winning entrepreneur's den. But Julie does not have to show up in the Kalunji Group brand for the Kalunji Group brand products to sell, because they are selling. Because I don't just show up on Facebook, I show up in the digital space. I show up in places you guys have not dreamt of yet. And if I told you, you'd be like, oh my goodness, what was that? It goes right over your head. Because you're like, I don't even know where to start with that. Everybody starts somewhere. Start where you are today. Embrace where you are today. Be thankful for where you are today. Write all those things that have been holding you back. Write every reason down that you know you should be doing what you should be doing on social media, aka showing up in a specific way as a brand. You are the brand. And then social media will become your playground. It will embrace you. What you love on loves you back. Not the fake love of, I want that guy to be my guy because he's got a lot of money so he can look after me. That's not love. Whatever you love on will love you back in the measure that you love on it, including social media. So open your possibilities up to what you could do with social media, what it could do for your business, before you even put any money behind it, what social media could do for you if you show up the right way. Good morning, Mary B. How you doing? Good to see you here. So that's it from me today, guys. You can do this. You can do this. This has gone on longer than I wanted it to go, but because I went a bit passionate there for you guys, because I know every single one of you that I see, even right here on this live today, has the potential to explode on your market like you cannot believe it. What I see for you, you haven't seen yet. But you've got to see it to receive it. Even if I see it for you, you will not receive it if you don't see it. How many prophecies have you received if you are one of those people who goes to, say, Pentecostal churches, or you go to charismatic, and the man or woman on the podium says, I can see you doing this. They have prophesied to you. How many times have those prophecies come true for you? Because you have not seen it. You cannot receive it if you yourself don't see what they see. Because they can tell you, we see you flying places, and you're like, I don't even like planes. I have a fear of heights. I think this man is crazy. And so you literally dismiss that blessing and walk away and stay on the ground like a chicken, when you could be an eagle up there with the leaders. That's it from me, guys. Let's not go further. You've heard enough from me today. Social media is where you want to be. This is branding week, but it's branding like you've not heard of it before, because until you fill that jar with the right pieces, the boulders, the stones, the sand, the cement, and the water, to actually hold that whole block together, you are segmented, you're fragmented. You have all the resources to build amazingness, but you're missing the two ingredients to hold it all together, the cement and the water. And they are all here as well. They are not missing, you're just not adding them to the mix. God bless you as you mix these things together and create amazingness. Because I expect way more for you. I am willing to invest in you. I invest in you more than I invest in any other clients in our brand. But you have to show up for you. For everything I pour into you to work for you, you've got to show up for you. I can't do that for you. It's the only one thing I can't. So I love you guys. Take care. God bless.